In Blockbuster mode, picking up objects or handing one object from one actor to another requires some finesse to make it look flawless. However, in BBS mode, it's much easier with Anchor keyframe track. Hello there, my name is McHorse, and in this tutorial I want to show you how to animate actors picking up objects or handing objects to other actors. The feature that powers the ability to pick up or hand objects between actors is Anchor keyframe track. It's over here. So here I have a sample scene where Alex passing by a watering can. So let's add a simple picking up. So create two keyframes in the anchor keyframe for the watering can over here, and then change the second one to be Alex and the right arm item, or it could be whatever you want. Now, as you can see, the watering can just goes from ground to Alex's right arm, and it stays there until the end of the scene. This is the basic mechanism that would work. Let's try to make it look better. So here is another sample scene. Alex goes up to the watering can, picks it up, then drops it off, and then walks away. So the point here I want to demonstrate is that Anchor keyframe track is just like any keyframe, so you can animate it the way you want it. That means that here, for example, you can pick up the watering can by animating the anchor, so Alex and then right arm. And then if you want, when you want to drop off, you just animate again, and for the last keyframe you just select it as none. And you can also like change the interpolation here and there to quadratic. You can also like change the duration and stuff like that, so whatever it makes it look good. Another thing about Anchor is that, as you can see, it goes back. So what you gotta do is at the end of the first segment, you move the keyframes over here, where the end, and then you're gonna, for example here, whenever it's already on the ground, you're gonna move the actor with either actor control or animate it manually with keyframes, and you kind of like place it where you think the object has to be dropped off. Then, while still in the actor control, you press I to create keyframes of the actor. And then you're gonna take and move all of these keyframes from here to the beginning so that it would appear as it was dropped off. So yeah, this is the basic result over here. Now, what you have to do is to actually animate the pose so it would appear as if Alex leans in order to pick it up, and then picks it up, goes back to the original pose, and then drops it off over here. So let's see how we can do it. So switch to Alex, then let's see where the starts over here. So this is where the actor has to like bend. So switch to free camera mode in order to see the perspective very well. And then I'm gonna like maybe 60 is good. Then I'm gonna move the torso closer. I'm gonna copy the rotation, then paste it. Paste here over here. All of these are gonna be pasted. And then I'm gonna move a little bit to the side. Paste here, and maybe like move an arm, something like this. And see how it looks like. Yes, so what we have to do is to change also the position of the right item. It's not really visible here how it's gonna appear, but let's move the cursor where the watering can is already at place, and then move the watering can as needed, something like that. And maybe already we'll start. Just copy the. Now, yes, it looks good, but I think we also need to duplicate this transformation for this right arm, and maybe also like move it to something like this, so that it would appear that Alex is just like holding so. So now it looks actually as a picking up animation. You can experiment maybe like change the directions and interpolations, for example, here to cubic in and out, and then here to, I don't know, like cubic out. No, it's cubic in. Or maybe even back in and out. That's too fast. That is too slow. You got the gist though. Just like play it around and see whatever works best. And then we can go back to the camera. And then Alex drops off. We can probably even copy the pose. So here, then bend down, and here probably I'm not sure, and probably go back to the original pose. And yes, so you get the basic idea. Even though it doesn't look the best way, you can, I think, appreciate how it's done much easily in comparison to Blockbuster mode. Now let's wrap this tutorial with demonstration of handling one object from one actor, Alex, to Steve. So what I'm gonna do is, once they arrived here, I'm going to create a keyframe from Alex's right arm. I'm gonna duplicate it, change it to Steve, and we'll give it in the left arm. Fortunately, I picked kind of a weird object to work with. If it was a sword, it would be much easier because it would appear more natural. But let's try it out anyways. So with the pose, so first I'm gonna position the arm so it'll be more or less natural, as if he was holding an actual watering can. So kind of like this maybe. I'm gonna also fixate it. 1.9. And then here Alex would extend the arm for the Steve to pick up the object. Something like this, maybe like that. And then Steve is gonna grab the watering can by the spout here. And so here I'm gonna start with changing the left arm item 180 degrees. And here, once the transition begins, I'm gonna extend the arm like that. And the left arm item will get transferred. So left arm item, I'm also gonna move it so it'll be more closer to where. And probably it's also a good idea to make the animation much shorter. Maybe also use quadratic. But that doesn't look exactly. Maybe linear is okay. No. Maybe okay. Probably maybe it's also a good idea to add here maybe a little bit more. So it appear as actually they hand to each other. So it wouldn't appear that noticeable. And then I'm gonna reset the pose. And for Steve, I'm gonna add here another pose, so that the placement of the item would be much nicer. So then 20, 0, and then the left item is gonna be maybe something like this. And they both walk off. Let's see. Yeah, I think with Alex's, this pose has to be more even. Yeah, I think this is much better. Maybe even add here like as if like she's pushing the watering can into the Steve's arm. So yeah, I think it turns out more or less good. With sword it would look better. I think I can try it out. I thought that I could set up a sword form much nicer, and then I wouldn't have to explain, but actually I think I have to explain. So what I'm gonna do with the sword, so in order to get sword, you have to use the anchor. So the way it's gonna work is that I'm going to add here a new, basically, item form. I'm gonna change it to sword. So diamond sword, for example. I'm gonna rotate here. Sword. Let's see. Rotation. No, I think it's by 45 degrees here. And then I'm gonna bring it up so that the center point is gonna be exactly over here. So I think maybe like this. Let's see how it looks like with just a sword. Now I'm going to actually fix the posing here with the sword itself. So let's see, here, I don't think I need to do any special stuff with, oh, maybe I do. So 90 degrees, negative 90 degrees, rotate it on y-axis over here, and bring it something like that. And I think I'm also gonna scale it a bit so it'll be smaller. I need to copy that in other places. Right arm. And similar thing has to be done with the photos on Steve's side. So left item. I think I should start over here because that's the most important place. So it wouldn't rotate. So yeah, I have to rotate it in back. Left arm, then just 0, no, negative 90. And then I think I can copy the left item. What about the scale? The scale the same? The scale the same? And then here also left item. And finally I'm gonna fix the pose here for Alex. Oh, it looks like, wait, 0 item. Yes, it's fine. Okay. I'm gonna move the item like that so that it would be at the correct angle, I think. Right arm, 90. And same thing has to be done over here. For some reason, is it me or is it this, or is it scales during transition? Appears that it scales a little bit. I think I know what the problem is with the scaling, is that when it crossfades between two things, it actually goes a little bit to the original state. So what I have to do here, I'm gonna scale it all back to 1. Right item. I use, in order to scale, I use basically I input in and then press space in order to apply the whole thing. So as you can see now, when I fixed the problem with scaling disappeared. So what I have to do instead is probably here, I'm just gonna add a new transform keyframe and I'm gonna scale by 1.8 and then it will appear okay. So now as you can see, now it looks perfectly. Or at least almost perfectly, but you got the point. If you fiddle around with it, you're gonna get the perfect result. So that's pretty much it. I know we wasted a little bit of time with the whole thing, with the arms and the anchor points, but I hope that you would realize that this is how it is. I don't want to like misrepresent how it works. There's gonna be some issues sometimes and you have to fiddle around with anchor points, but overall I hope you understand the idea of now attaching one object to another actor, and the same way you can create crazy scenes like when the actor like jumps off a car that goes over the cliff or something like that by attaching the actor to the car, and then as if the actor was already there on the cliff, you just animate the transformation or something like that. So yeah, that's basically it. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye!